I've had people ascribe those magical powers. Oh yeah, they sound different. They sound better. It's all the pearl does something to the sound. And I was going, well.
Yeah, and I've heard just as many people say, "Oh, the pearl just weighs it down."
I've heard people say
so
that too.
heavy. That's people have fun imagining things, right. And that's fine. Yeah. Guitars are incredibly personal things.
Yeah.
Playing music is a very emotional kind of connection. It's not surprising to see people ascribing all kinds of
and also the fact that Martin has always built guitars by dimension rather than by aiming for a particular tone or flexibility or something. So they don't tend to alter a stiff piece of spruce so that it's going to sound the same as a more flexible one, or leave a more flexible piece of spruce thicker so that it'll sound like a stiffer one. Their instruments tend to be pretty consistent based on dimension, and that means you can find 4 or 5 guitars that were all made within a real close period of time, and the sound is all over the map.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That's kind of been my experience too. But I think I played one pre-war Martin D45. It belonged to a guy named Daryl Boom. I don't know if you know Daryl, but and unfortunately, it was in such dire need of a neck reset. You couldn't play above the 5th fret, so it wasn't really. I couldn't really tell how it sounded compared to a good D20. But that's just always something I've wondered what you guys' opinion was on, and it's.
Well, one thing that we found through the years is that there will be a guitar that either Frank or I or the rest of the guys here that we all think doesn't sound as good as other ones, and somebody will come along. And most always it's someone who's a lot better player than anyone here is, who will say, "Wow, this is the best one I've ever heard," and they'll buy it and take it home and make great music with it and thank us for finding the best sounding thing, and we're all thinking, I don't get it, because that was one that didn't turn us on at all.
Yeah.
And when you hear somebody who really knows how to play it, if it's the sound they're looking for, that's what works and that's what makes great music. I don't think there's any agreement as to what the best sounding OM or D45 or anything is.
It's the driver, not the car. A lot of the times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Truly it is, and you can imagine that a heavy-handed player is going to overdrive, a real hot rod, lightweight guitar,
right.
Where the light fingerstyle player is going to just not get enough bottom end out of a guitar.
That's true.
That it just isn't exciting enough. So I think it's all over the map.
Yeah, well, I play my D18, and I have to mention that my association with Gryphon continues every time I open my case, because my main guitar is still it's sitting right over here, my 1943 D18 that I got here. You guys gave me a screaming deal on it, as I recall, back in 1976, and that is still my main guitar. And I love that guitar. I've had others, but that's the one I've always kept. But just about the overdriving part, a couple nights ago we were playing a little coffee house in Fremont, and a friend of ours came in who has an old like a 56 D28, and he wanted to try my guitar, and he picked it up, and he's a very heavy-handed player, and he was just buzzing all over the place. And I have that thing set up fairly high. I never buzz it, and I'm singing, but I was thinking, oh my God, it just sounds. He liked it, but to me it just sounded awful.
Well, that's right. That's right.
I mean, as far as not his playing so much, it's just the way he was hitting the strings. I could tell the guitar was just kind of like going,
Yeah, right.
But anyway, well,
where's Mike?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So, no, I've had a lot of people. I had a standing offer to sell that guitar to a couple different people, but I'll never take them up on it. Well, guys, I'm really appreciate your time that you spent sitting around.
We're always happy to talk about our favorite subject, ourselves, and guitars, and other instruments as well.
Gryphon Stringed Instruments is at 211 Lambert Avenue in Palo Alto, California.
Or on the web in different places.
Yeah, gryphonstrings.com is the website. And anyway, gentlemen, thanks very much.
Sounds good, Mike.
For accommodating my
request. Good to see you as always.
I know you've got lots better things to do than sit around and rehash old stories from someone you probably kicked out of the store a few times because it was time to close. But,
that would be the only reason.
I don't remember that.
And And
Well,
folks,
very good, sir.
hold on, I'm getting up for a second because, folks, here is the guitar that I've had from Gryphon for
All right.
35 years now. This is the guy.
That's, this is what we like to see, is a person who buys a guitar and uses it to do what it was intended to do, play music.
Play lots of it.
Well,
Yeah,
I remember,
that's
Frank,
the thing.
when I walked out of the store, I was 21 years old at the time, and I remember your words to me when I walked out with this guitar were, "May you play the crap out of it."
It sounds like me.
And
Well, we had someone who really paid us the ultimate get out of here compliment when he came in and said, "Hey, I think my grandfather bought his first guitar from you guys." And I was like, "Here comes a truck, kid. I think you can beat it across the road."
It's a true story.
Yeah.
At 40 years, let's go for 40 more, okay?
No.
I hope you guys aren't thinking
Start
about
now.
retiring anytime soon.
No, we don't know what else to do.
The
Yeah,
thing about retirement, I'm at retirement age now, and the thing about retirement is, when you retire, you spend your days doing whatever you want. So I've decided I'm retiring, and I'll see you at work tomorrow.
All right.